Hello, work. Hello, good evening, and welcome, everybody. Welcome to tonight's stream. It is Monday, the 8th of June, and we're doing something a bit different today. Weirdly, the Proliferate Digital have decided to pick Daily Race B to be the same race that Hulky has chosen for the BTCC Touring Car Championships on Wednesday. So I'm going to be doing the Daily Race B, Daily Race C, and repeat all the way through the evening, especially because I've opened this one up public to see if we can recruit a few new people. And already in the room, we've got Jack Kobe and Greg White, Mav Mikey, and myself, all from PSR. Mav also, Ben Clock, M33, Go Evo. But then we've also got Drill Driver and Dies 2022 in the room already. And hopefully, Monday night is normally really quiet. Hopefully, we'll be able to get a few more people in and fill the grid up a little bit this evening. So one of the things I'm going to do is just get out on track. I don't know whether to run the Genesis G70 that I set my fastest lap in, or whether to go with the Scooby. I don't actually know what the meta car is. Still, it was a Subaru earlier on, but I managed to get a top 40 place early this afternoon in the G70, which was insane. And if I'm correct, I'm still within the top 100 globally, which is insane in the Genesis. So I've gone for the Subaru for this one. Obviously, this is going to feel slightly different because the Daily Race has got the bot down as the lower level, and obviously I don't know about weather as well, so this won't be completely representational, but we'll see how we go. Plus I'm streaming, and you know what I'm like when I'm streaming, I'm a nightmare. So I've just jumped out on track to do a few laps because I want to try and be up the front if at all possible, or not if I'm not up the front, towards the front. So we'll put a few laps in and just see what we can do, and then we're going to be going racing the first one at 10 past the hour as normal. Trying to get around there. Loads of people in the chat already. Thank you for popping in. It's scrolling through already. The Sim guy with a membership, thank you so much for that. Actually, Greg White, Mikey, Baronel is in. I can't even catch up with the chat while I'm going around this court track because there's so much going on. I'm trying to look at the chat to see who else is in to say hello, but it's proving a little bit difficult at the moment. Matt Evo is in, bobbing around the channel. He's going to be racing on a controller. Frenchie's in, good evening, and BMW M4 as well. Welcome, welcome, welcome to all of you guys. Can't get rotated around. Matt Mikey with a 48-1. Sure whether to drop back into the G70 at the moment. I was doing 47s and 48-1s earlier on. It's amazing when you start streaming how it drops. 49.5 is my fastest at the moment. Which is about half a second, a second to a second and a half slower than I have been running. I might jump into the G70 just to see how we go with that car. I'm going to do that actually. Let's just see how we go. But as always, when I start streaming, I always tend to go a bit slower. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me why. It's just the way that it is. This definitely feels a lot different to earlier on. Greg with a 48.1. Good evening, Stephen. How you doing, my friend? How you got popping in and saying hello? Oh, don't get in the gravel. Mav's just saying, Mitch, I'll be on shortly. No worries, mate. You jump in when you can. That was slow. Really wish that I could just dive into the daily races and save away the race definition, and we could just be running exactly what is in the daily races, but alas, that's not possible. What's that behind me? I can't tell. Too close. It's got to be Greg, I reckon. Oh. Oh, I'm on the grass. Where are we? 08. Right. Wow, lots and lots and lots of people chatting away already. So, for this first one, at the moment, we've got Greg White, Wills, Mav Mikey, me, Mav, Dice, Ben Clock, M33, Go Evo, and Drill Driver. Just a couple in there, Dice and Drill Driver. Drill Driver has raced with us before, I think. But yeah, we'll see how things go. So obviously, hopefully everybody will race respectfully, but just bear in mind it will be elbows out this one. It is a public lobby. And if we do get anybody else jumping in, then obviously that can change as we go through the evening. At the moment, Greg is in the G70, Wills is in the Cayman, Mad Mike is in the TT Cup, and looking like a good time in that one. I'm in the G70, Mav is in the 155, Dice is in the G70, Ben is in the Gr.x, M33 is in the McGann, Go Evo's in the G70, and Drill Driver is in the 155. There was a bit of a mix earlier on between the Subaru Gr.x was the OP car, the meta car for the longest time. Then it looked to be the Subaru, and then more recently the G70 seems to be coming into play. So I don't think anybody is particularly settling on a particular perfect car for this one at the moment. Let's get this one underway. So we've got 11 runners. I just saw that somebody else jumped in there. Reorder Felgen. Not quite sure where they're going to fit into the scheme of things. Probably at the back of the grid with not very many things done. If we shall see. Let's just see how we go in this one. So we're starting 6th on the track, and we'll just have to see how things pan out. As I said, the settings are not exactly the same as the daily races, but they're as close as I can obviously get them. Right, 10 laps around here. and then we end up going Daily Race C, which I've done no practice around and that track at all. Interlagos, I think it is. Okay, Mikey in front of me, Ben Clock, Wheels Racing and Gr.x out front. Oh, we got a yellow flag up already. How on earth have we got a yellow up already? Can't overtake. Even though I had a run on Mikey there, I had to back out of that one. We are back to green racing now. So we're going to be doing this on Wednesday in the Elantras, but the Elantra's really slow, so I'm not surprised that there aren't many Elantras out here at the moment. What have we got? We got another yellow flag up, which is a right pain because I can't get past Snap Mikey because somebody's just parked up on the side of the road. Mikey with a 3-second penalty for something. Not sure what that was for. Three of 10. Once again, we're not going to be able to overtake through here. Mad Mikey's going to be slowing down. I don't know who's parked up, but we'll try and see at the end of this one. And then we'll kick them. I don't know who that is. Right, so Ben is in the Metacar, or what was the Metacar earlier on. I don't know if it still is. Let's see if we can put him under some pressure. He's gone for a very defensive line through there. Once again, he's going to know that he's safe through here. A little bit deep into that one. I'm trying to see who that car is. Oh, on the grass. Keep the boot in, but we need to be careful now. Dirty tyres through here. So have to be a little bit careful. I can see it sliding already. Really starting to wind me up on the outside there. Try and close up. Greg is out front at the moment and quite some way ahead. Some 6 seconds down the road. It's just, as it was said to me the other day, very difficult to overtake around here. So you're almost hoping that somebody's going to have a penalty to enable you to progress It's all going to be about the qualifying. Oh, and just with a wheel in the gravel there, goes defensive. It's getting no way through here. Now, Ben puts the pressure on. Or can I run away? Probably not. Gr.x 7.7 down the road. He's doing a 47.9. Just struggling so much to get by. My only real overtaking opportunity was blocked by the yellow flag. Lap after lap after lap. It was only once that yellow flag was lifted that we managed to get by. Then get on with it. And I think that is, well, I think Greg would have probably won anyway, but that's gifted it to Greg. Because I'm nearly 2 seconds ahead of Ben. And Greg is 8 seconds down the road, so I needed those laps to try and close. But with that car parked up, oh, nightmare. Hello, MZ. I think we'll have to wait until the next run of this one to see if there's anything I can do to race with Greg. Hello, Mr. Beast. There is no code for tonight. It's a public lobby. I am recruiting to see if people can join us, see how we race, and then want to race with us again. So there is no code this evening. Turn my fan on, it's warm in here. Gifted that to Greg. Too many laps where I just couldn't overtake. Not quite sure who was parked up, but that has completely wrecked it for everybody. Oh, was it Mav that was parked up? Oh no. I think he's gone now. All right, let's see. I think he might have disappeared. Oh, MZ, yeah. I just couldn't get past. My one real overtaking opportunity was blocked by the yellow, and it just, yeah, never mind. It is what it is. It is what it is. I'm gonna save and share that replay because that will be a, well, it's a public lobby, so it's a bit different, isn't it? If it's public. But there we go. I don't usually apply warnings and strikes on a public night. Oh, Mikey got the penalty for overtaking wheel spinning car. Your result, Greg White way out front, a 47.9. I managed to get second with a 48.6 and Wheels Racing in third with a 48.3. Ben Clock in fourth. I don't know how to say that. Rhoda Felgen maybe in fifth. Dice in sixth. M33 in seventh. Matt Mikey in eighth. Drill Driver ninth. Matt Evo in 10th. And Mav with the DNF there. Right, let's load up the next race, which is going to be at Interlagos. This one's a slightly longer race, 15 laps around here, but we're now into the GR3 cars. I've gone with random weather, so that could upset us a little bit. We shall see. Matt Evo, I gave up my lobby space. I'll be back later. Time to haul the nets in. 5 minutes, not a problem, Matt. See you in a little while, my friend. Right, where are we? 14 of 16 people in. We need to change our car. I'm going to go with the... Oh, I don't know whether to go... I'm going to go with the Endurance, the M6. I don't know what the car for this one is, if I'm perfectly honest. We'll just go... I'm just in to enjoy this one. I'm probably going to spectate most of these, if I'm honest, tonight. So I'll probably run the first one and then I will I'll commentate the rest. Old Man Stu, good evening. Hi Mitch, there's no rain in Brazil. I know there's no rain. Why are you saying there's no rain in Brazil? Mav, yeah, don't, please, if you need to disappear, go round to the pits and park up in there, or just quit out the race and then let us know if there's a reason. Parking up at the side of the road there like that in the gravel, it just throws a yellow flag and spoils the race for absolutely everybody. So unfortunately you parked up off the track thinking it was the right thing to do. It turned out to be the wrong thing to do, unfortunately. Right, I'm going to get out on track just for the moment. Yeah, I couldn't get past Ken, and then thankfully your car disappeared, and then as soon as your car disappeared I was able to get past Ken, and then but it was too late to go after Greg, unfortunately. Right, I'm assuming that fuel doesn't come into this. Whoa. Oh, crikey. Binned it already. I couldn't get out of the... What happened? The car wouldn't do anything. That car would not do anything. It wouldn't go forwards or backwards. Who did I clobber? Was that Drill Driver? I can't remember who it was. Just had no control. The car was just running backwards, wouldn't go forwards or backwards, just rolling. So we need to be in the Porsche, do we? I don't know who I impeded, but there we go. Okay, so change car. I wasn't sure. We won't go with that. We'll go with the Porsche. We won't go with that either. We'll go with the Porsche. Thank you. I'll go with the mediums for the minute. When do people change tyres? Does anybody know when to change tyres in this one? Oh, I haven't told when we're going to start, have I? Ooh, crikey, I'm losing the plot here. This race is starting at past. Actually, I'm going to go 25-2, so 35. Just to give a few more people time to find us and for me to put a few laps in. Lap 9 or 10 on mediums. Really? So it's one of those silly ones. Start on hards, do one, come in, change. Ooh, hang on a minute. So Matt says, Titi said start hards, change end of 2 for the mediums. Yeah, I would have thought the mediums would last stages. Or go with the mediums and just put the hards on right at the end. But like the last lap or whatever. I usually go hards and then the softers. Well, not the softers, the harder tyres and then the softer tyre afterwards. It's my thinking is that you are holding people up or you're caught up in traffic, and then by the time you put the softs on, then you've got the chance to run, or the mediums in this case. You've maybe got a bit of space. I'm not going to be quick in this one. Of that you can be sure. Right, 5 minutes and we're going racing. Jack Covey 132.0. What do I need to be doing? The 130, low 133s is what I'm looking for. Matt Mikey was high 132s. I think it was a 132.8 if I've read that correctly, but I can't look and double check for the moment. wheels of the 123.1. So 132.0 and a 132.8. And we've got some of the times are changing around at the top there at the moment. We're down in 8, which is pretty much where I thought I'd be. Didn't think I'd do very well here. This is one of those tracks I've never really taken the time to really learn. Plus I'm in one of my nemesis cars, the GR3s. Barry R is in. Good evening. Couple of minutes. Wonder how I'm doing in this one. You can see how slow I am around here. Jack Kobe is like 3.5 seconds faster than me. We'll just come up over the top and then we'll see where we're at. Again, not a great lap, but 7th at the minute we're lying. Just climb up to 6th. Right, who have we got in this one? We got Jack Kobe. He's in the 992. In fact, lots of 992s. Jack Kobe, Greg White, Wheels and Scotch Teggers, all in the 992. Mad Mikey's in the R8. I'm in the 992. Rhoda, however I pronounce that, is in the M6. Barry R is in the 992. Alexa Real is in the 458. Dice has gone for the 992. Henny's joined us in the 992. Ben Cock is in the Peugeot RCZ. M33 is in the 992. And Drill Driver is in the 992 as well. Got 15 at the moment in the room. It is time. Let's get this one underway and see what we can do. As I said, I'm probably going to just do one of these and then I'll commentate on the rest of these for the rest of the night. But let's see how we do. I forgot to put the hards on. I forgot to change the tyres. I should have reminded everybody about the tyres actually, but never mind. They're all going to be in the same boat I'm in. I did say when we would be starting. So we're just going to push these tyres all the way to the end. Yes, at least I can see how much I'm going to wear out these tyres now. Oh, that's one going round. So we got Mad Mikey out front, Wheels second, Scott Cheggers third, M33 fourth. Jack Kobe and Greg have dropped to the very back, so I don't know how they will be doing. We've lost Drill Driver. Quite stay with M33 in front at the moment. Whoa! Had a big old slide into that corner. I don't know if I held that, I do not know. M33 and I both going a bit wide there. I think I was taking M33's line through there, following. For some reason I left it in first gear there. Right, Mad Mikey, Wheels, Scott Cheggers, M33 are your 1, 2, 3, 4. I've already got Jack Kobe behind me. Won't take long before he's right behind me. He's only 1.5 seconds behind. He's reduced that by half in one corner. I can see him in my mirrors already. Whoa, M33's dropped it. I'm trying to miss him. I almost had to drop that myself, otherwise I was going to completely T-bone him there. That's Jack Kobe going through, I hope. And we can try and just use Jack as a ghost hit. Well, except I'm going to have any chance of staying anywhere close to him. He's already running away. Has let Mad Mikey and Wheels, and Wheels was on the hards. Yeah, I missed M33 that time. Greg right behind me now. Oh, has he got a penalty? That's me letting Greg through. I didn't realise he got a penalty to serve. Wow, Jack is 3.5 seconds down the road. Running away, so Mad Mikey, Scott Cheggers and Jack are 1, 2 and 3. Wills has come in and pitted, of course. I really need to let Greg through. The big question is where and how. He is so much quicker than me. There we go, same as Jack Kobe. Go on, Krigo, mate. He didn't go. Absolutely no point me fighting with Greg. He's too quick for me, and will just slow us both up. So letting him through, I'm going to try and run with him now. How far behind we are. 10 seconds off of Mad Mikey. Mad Mikey has absolutely got the bit between his teeth in this one. He is absolutely flying in that Audi. Jack Kobe with the fastest lap at the moment, 1:32.0. I'm running in 1:34s, 1:35s, even while trying to chase Greg. Oh, Greg risking it on the grass there. Greg gapping me now, I've lost the slip. 1.4 ahead. Mikey, Jack Kobe and Scott Cheggers, so Jack has got past Scott. Seven of 15 completed. Sorry, 6 of 15 completed. We're on 7 at the moment. Tyres are looking okay at the moment. Of course, we don't know what tyres other people are running. Oh, big slide there. It's giving Greg the opportunity to get further away. Dan, how you doing, my friend? Long time no see. Thank you for popping in and saying hello. Ooh. Great time on the Daily B. Thank you, my friend. I was top 40 at one point. It's going to be falling back. I'm quite aware of that. But I was really pleased to be that far up. Not quite sure where I am at the moment, but it will drop back significantly overnight. I might even try a daily race when we finish these at 11 o'clock. We've got a yellow flag up. Right, that's oh, where's Greg gone? Was that Greg? Must have been off. So Mad Mikey, Jack Kobe, Scott Cheggers, and I find myself in fourth at the moment. Unless, of course, Greg has pitted and I didn't see, which could be more than possible. Coda! Sorry for shouting. You all right, Joe? Have you got them? Oh. Have you got them? Oh. Grab them. Sorry about that. Little emergency. Great, got the left hand side, mate. Looks like Greg wants to work with me. Rather than going past. So Jack Kobe just hits the front. These tyres are starting to slide a little bit now. So it's Jack Kobe from Mad Mikey and Scott. And I've got Greg right tucked up behind me at the moment. He's gone through now. Yeah, he has. Oh, go, 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 go. Mikey was on the racing mediums. So we will need to come in soon. Wow, Greg taking a load of that corner. A bit too much of that corner. I've got a very, very fast wheels behind me. He still found a way by, even with me trying to hold him up. Oh, I've got into the back of Wills there. Sorry, Wills. Let's let him through. I'm not going to get in the way of Mikey. He's quick. I'm racing for the win. Right. Whew. Could have probably gone a bit longer, but they were starting to fly, slide around a little bit. All right, let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on. Let's see what we can do. Come on, boys. Let's get those tyres done. Okay, so we've got Rhoda behind. The guys up front will be disappearing. I wonder how many of those have still yet to pit. So Lexa in front at the moment. Just going to have to be a little bit careful. Jack Kobe's in for the mediums. Possibly one lap early. Ferrari's quick in front. I nearly binned it there. Lexa goes around for another one. As well, Rhoda behind is definitely going to be continuing around because he or she has pitted. All over the back of me at the moment. I don't know what tyres the BMW's on. The way it's going, I reckon they're probably on mediums. But that would have been a very late stop. So I'm assuming on hards the same as me. Not much I can do about the Ferrari out front at the moment. Ferrari is shifting 4.3 seconds down the road, and a bit wide there, just slid out wide. That's a 1 second penalty. That's something to bear in mind for the future. That would also give the place to reorder behind. Red White comes out just in front. Ninth. Not quite good enough. Oh, well done to everybody up ahead. Well done to Jack Kobe, Wheels Racing and Mad Mikey. Mikey was leading that one for quite a fair old way. Scott Cheggers up there. Henny in 5th. Lexa Real in 6th. Greg White in 7th. Rhoda in 8th. I got 9th. Ben Clock 10th. Drill Driver 11th. Dice in 12th. I've got a load of DNFs. Drill Driver, Dice, M33 in Barrier. So Mad Mikey on the podium. Very nicely done. And Wills with a good old battle with Jack Kobe right up there. And Mad Mikey just coming in ahead of Scott Cheggers. And Henny doing very well there in 5th. Nice one. I'd have liked to have been a bit higher up, but yeah, not tonight, not tonight, not tonight. Whew. Right, must keep drinking. Right, we are going to be heading into the Brands Hatch race again for this one. But before we do that, we will just look at the finishing order. I'll save the replay as I always do and share it. It will take a few moments just to do that. And then we'll have a look and see where everybody finished. And then we'll get into the next one. I'm hoping to do basically another couple of daily races. So daily race B, then another daily race A, C is my plan over the next hour. So we're going to do both of those two races again. That is going to be the plan. Public lobby this evening. And thank you to everybody that is watching, that has liked and that subbed. Really, really appreciate it. Very, very much. Right. Come on. Let's get this saved and we will move on. William saying, well done, Jack. Forgot how fast you are. Right, come on. I'm sorry for my voice a little bit tonight. I've still got this cold. Is lingering around at the moment, which is a bit of a pain, but there we go. It is the way that it is. Right, we're just ticking along at the moment. There we go. Come on, get it saved. There you go. That's better. Right, so the result, Jack Kobe was your winner at 132.095. Wills, and the fastest lap, of course. Wills in second with a 132.492, and Mad Mikey with a 132.689. Wills just 1.1 behind Jack, and Mad Mikey 5.4. But those three well ahead of fourth place Scott, who was 18 seconds back. Henny with a fine fifth, and then Alexa Real in sixth. Greg in seventh. Rhoda Felgen in 8th. Hope I'm pronouncing these names right. I got 9th. Ben Clock in 10th. And unfortunately, Drill Dies M33 Barrier all DNF'd in that one. You're 1, 2, 3. Jack Kobe Wars Racing and Mad Mikey. So PSR still up on the podiums at the moment. Right, let's get this one underway. And then we will get going. And this race is going to start at 10 past, which is good because that puts us exactly on target for an 11 o'clock finish. And then if I can, I'm going to do a daily race or two. As Terry the Beast, I undercut from 9th to 5th. Not mad at it. Nice one. Undercut working for that one then. Right, I am going to get out on track for a few minutes. So it will be the practice laps that you do that will set the grid order. So I'm able to do 47s, low 48s in the daily races. Nowhere near that in this race. The conditions very much different. Bop in the daily race is low, and obviously the weather will be slightly different to what I'm running. Makes a difference. But we'll see what we can do. Get round. Right, Pops is coming in. Yay! One of the guys that I pit myself against, and often if I can stay with Pops or beat him, I consider that to be a result. So Pops, Hulky, Rita, and one or two others are the guys that I try to beat. Scott Chegger's in front, not one of the guys that I in the league with, as in they're out of my league, way out of my league, as is Wheels. Jack Kobe going top of the tree, I see there. Mad Mikey, he's on it still. Audi TT looking pretty good around it. Oh, I got a penalty for that one. So Jack Kobe with a 48.5. Mad Mikey with a 48.5 and Wills with a 48.3. So very, very, very close between the top runners at the moment. These times obviously not representative of the daily races, so don't read anything into that. Wills just jumped in ahead of me and Ben as well. Going backwards a little bit at the moment. Right, we're going racing in a moment, so I can't go any further. We've got 13 runners: Jack Kobe, Greg White, Wheels Racing, Scott Cheggers, Mav Mikey, me, Rioda, Libiath, Mav, Sinelli, Ray Purchase, Henny and Ben Clock are all of the runners. There's one there. Okay. I'm going to be a bit careful here. I'm not. Right, where are we? Let's go. So Jack Kobe, Greg White, Wheels Racing, Scott Cheggers, Mav Mikey, me, Rioda, Libiath, Mav, Sinelli, Henny, Ben Clock, and Matt is just joining. I'm going to wait until Matt is in and then we'll get going. As soon as Matt's in, we will start this one. Unfortunately, Matt's going to be at the back. Right. Just give Matt a moment or two. Well, Matt, are you joining? Yes, he is. I think he's in. Oh no, we've lost him. Matt joined and then went. Right, let's get this one underway. Not sure. He is on the boat, so not quite sure what's going on there, but let's get going. Otherwise, I'm going to be a bit late. And I still want to try and get a daily race C one in before 11 o'clock. So time is a bit tight. Right, here we go. So we're starting 9th. We've got a lot of work to do here. A lot of work. Matt, I'm sorry if I bumped you out, my friend. I wasn't quite sure what was going on. I saw you in and... No worries. Matt, the boat comes first. I get worried enough when you're racing, when you're on the boat as it is. For anybody that's wondering, Matt Evo is a trawlerman. He's a skipper on a trawler, bobbing around the English Channel at the moment. Whoa! Oh, Scott, don't go through on Ben. Yellow flag's out. Ooh, I wonder if you got away with that. No worries, Matt, it's fine. Boat comes first. So few places to overtake around here. Oh no! I just hit Mikey. Sorry, Mikey. Oh no, Scott Cheggers. Saw the Audi. Sorry, Scott. I have to try and close up again now. As I said, it's very difficult to overtake around here. You need to take the opportunities as they come, but you've got to take them cleanly. I don't know what the daily races are going to be like in this one. I can imagine people are so desperate to get by, they will be chucking them up the side, inside and all sorts. So I could well do one and then decide, I'm not going to go anywhere near it. Right, where are we? 1.2 off of Scott, 1.3 now. He's got slipstream, I think, up slightly out. Need a good run. Stay on, stay on, stay on, stay on. Just managed to keep a wheel in there. So we got the gap down to 0.8. Genesis not quite so kind over the curves as the Subaru. So we're still just holding at 0.8 of a second at the moment. We're back on the back of Scott, but is there any way through? Not if he holds that liner, isn't? 6 out of 10. Need to try and push up on the back of Ben if at all possible. Oh, Ben's gone high. He's got some dirty tyres now. Oh no. Need to let Ben back through. I gave him a tap through there. I think he had dirty tyres and had to brake a bit earlier and caught me out. I said about dirty tyres, I should have accounted for that. It is the car behind's job to avoid the one in front. Get up the inside there. Oh, we went defensive. Oh no, I've gone too deep. He went defensive, I went deep. I think we're both trying to avoid each other at the moment. Right, you're going to go defensive. I'm going to go wide. See if I can get a run down into here. No, I can't. He's on the power. It's so difficult to find a way by. He's gone defensive again. Anyway, up the inside. Ugh. I think that might have been another nibble on the back bumper. Jack Kobe, Gr.x wheels and reared up. Wheel 1, 2, 3, 4. I've had a monstrous battle with Ben in this one. Mad Mikey's joined the party too. This is the final lap. Difficult thing here is trying to get the overtakes done cleanly, which makes me think that there's going to be a lot of pushing and bumping and barging in the dailies. Anybody done this in the dailies? We'll be very, very, very interested to see what they are like. Oh, Greg right on the back of Jack Kobe. Very, very close out front. Just 0.179 between Jack and Greg. Boy, oh boy, they must have had a battle and a half. Oh, that was tough. Trying to find a way past Ben was so difficult. Ben was positioning his car perfectly on the corners. I just couldn't find a way through. Just could not find a way through at all. Really, really, really hard. Just goes to show your qualifying position has got to be key in this one, I think, this week. Oh, Jack, yes, I had to try hard. Have you been practicing, Greg? I think Greg has. Today, we've been talking a little bit through the day. I'm expecting that Greg has probably beaten my time, but at one point I was ahead. It's just a little bit, he says. Your result, Jack Kobe, 47.979. Jack and Greg White, fastest lap of 47.954. And then Wills in third with a 48.116. So Jack Kobe first, Greg White second, Wills third. Rhoda in 4th. I got 5th. Ben Clock in 6th. Mav Mikey in 7th. Libiath 8th. Mav 9th. Sinelli in 10th. Henny in 11th. And Scott was a DNF in that one. Top 3, Jack Kobe, Gr.x and Wills. Well done to you guys. Oh, man alive. Right, we are going to load up the Interlagos one. And I am going to start this race at past. So people are going to need to get out and get their lap times done pretty quickly. It's just under the 10 minutes. And then I'm going to spectate this one. And then I'm going to try and load up a daily race maybe and just see how we go. Jack Kobe, need to look at Ghost to know the best line through that last corner. Jack, have you set a Ghost? I'm hoping that Jack... Reverse grid. We can do a reverse grid. Okay, we've gone for a reverse grid for this one. All right. Oh, I need to rest my head a little bit. So I'm going to sit out of this one. That'll just give me an opportunity just to rest. And then before we get in, the problem I'm finding with Indy is the braking. I just seem to be on the brake all the time, and that just puts a bit of pressure on my back. So I'm hoping I'm going to be able to do all 3 races on Wednesday. We'll have to see how we go. And then, of course, the question of tyres comes in. Do I use the softer tyres to start the 3 races, leaving the hard for the last one, knowing that Hulky will very often throw some weather issues at us in the last one. Last week it was a night race and it was horrendous on the hard tyres. I did struggle a little bit, but there we go. That is the nature of what we do and the fun of what we do. Right, so we got Mav Mikey, Wheels Racing, Mav, Ben Clock, Jack Kobe, Gr.x, Rhoda, Henny, Scott Cheggers, Libiath, Assetto Tempesta is in, and I think that is whether we got a few more as well, I'm not quite sure, but about 11 at the moment. Wills has really been on it tonight. All he's got to do is keep it in a straight line, and I think he'll be on the podium. The other one to watch is going to be Mav Mikey. Mav Mikey's thrown me. What is he doing in a Porsche? What on earth is Mikey doing in that car? I was just about to say he's going to be in the Audi R8, which he absolutely knows how to handle to perfection, and suddenly he's confused me by jumping into the Porsche. I wonder if he's just trying that. The only trouble is he's only got a few minutes before we go in racing. So, yeah, it'd be interesting to see whether he stays in that Porsche or whether he just jumped into the Audi. The Audi man has jumped in the Porsche. I can't believe it. Mav is in the Audi. And Wills goes top of the timing charts. Oh, just think Wills and Mikey swapping around a little bit there at the top of the timing charts, but Wills with a 1:32.306 setting the pace at the moment. Jacoby with a 1:32.963. Greg coming in there with a 1:33.008, and Mikey a 1:33.446. And yeah, will he stay in that car or will he change? I've got a funny feeling he might change, but we'll see. Henny's in the Porsche. People tell me that the Porsche is the meta car around here this week. And Assetto Tempsa in the Mitsubishi. That's and glitching quite a lot, so not quite sure how that is going to pan out. Scott Cheggers just behind in the Porsche as well, that beautiful Martini liveried car. Bath Boy is in a Lamborghini Huracan. Crazy Frog is in the Porsche. Toto, oh, he's in the Ferrari. We've got a Ferrari out there, black and gold like that. Looks nice, and we'll have to see how things are going to pan out with regards to the starting order. At the moment, it looks, well, we're going for a reverse grid, so it looks like it's going to be Wills and Jacoby off the back, then Greg and Riordan just in front of them, then Ben Clock and Mav in front, then Scott Cheggers and Henny, Assetto Tempesta and Puff Boy, Crazy Frog, Toto. We've got Super Nay, Libiath and Mikey are both in the pits at the moment, so yeah, it'll be interesting to see where everybody starts on this one with the reverse grid. At the moment, it is Wills who is the quickest car on track by some significant margin. Jacoby at the moment is 0.657 behind, so over half a second behind Wills. Greg is only 0.7 off of the pace, and so we got the top three of 0.7 within 0.7 of a second within each other. Bad choice of words there, but never mind. Riordan is 1.5 seconds back, and Scott Cheggers 1.6 back. Then Clock 2, and then the rest are sort of all a couple of seconds over. Right, we are going to be going racing in just a moment. So what I will do, I'm going to come out of there, and I'm just going to say to everybody, tyres. Just so they get a moment just to change the tyres. And then I'm going to start this one at 22:31. That gives them a full minute to sort their tyres out. Right, so we're going to be commentating this one. PSR guys, I hope you'll keep it respectful, but we are obviously in a public lobby, so it will be a little bit elbows out. We've got 16 runners in this one. I will take you through those runners. We've got Jacoby in the 992, Greg White in the 992. Wills is also in the 992, along with Scott Cheggers. Matt Mikey has jumped into the Audi R8, thought he might do. Rhoda is in the 992. Libiath is in the 991, so the older of the Porsche 911s. Mav is in the R8. Faff Boy is in the Huracan. Henny is in the 992. Ben Clock is in the 992. Assetto Tempesta has gone for the Lancer Evolution. Toto in the Huracan. Crazy Frog's in the 992. And Super Nays is in the 4GT race car. Right, okay, we are done. Let's get this one underway. Hopefully they are all on the right tyres, and we'll see how we go in this one. So we're at Interlagos, 15 laps. People need to run the racing mediums and the racing hard tyres in this one. We're going to spectate. We're going to put some information on, and we have got a rolling start. So whereas I normally do standing starts, we're doing a rolling start for this one, in keeping with the daily races. It's going to be Libiath and Super Nay that lead us away. Mav and Toto on row number 2. Crazy Frog and Henny on 3. Ben Clock and Faff Boy on 4. Scott Cheggers and Riordan on 5. Greg White, Mav Mikey on 6. And Wills and Jacoby on the final lap. We are away in the sunshine at Interlagos. The track is warm, the tyres are warm, and Libiath in the Iron Maiden car goes away. We're 3 wide into the first corner with Toto, Mav and Supernay. That's never going to work. Somebody's going to come off badly in all of that, and we'll see how things pan out in just a moment. But it was Mav that seemed to come out of that ahead of Toto by 0.3 of a second, 0.5 of a second back to Crazy Frog, 0.4 back to Scott Cheggers, and then 0.3 back to Supernay. Oh, we've got somebody lagging, it would look at, with a car sideways there as well. And we've got Jack Kobe trying to make his way through already. Whoa, Matt Mikey going off really, really badly there. I think that looked, the way that that went off, that was a side swipe on somebody. So Matt Mikey being getting involved with an incident there. Jack Kobe going around the outside to pick up another place. And he is already up into 6th. Oh, he's got a bit sideways with Toto there. Toto picking up a half-second penalty. Remember, we're not running with PSR guys that will give you room. These guys are going to be fighting for every position, elbows out. So slightly different to how we normally race. Toto, with that half-second penalty, is going to have to slow down. That's going to promote Greg White, Ryoda, probably Supernay as well. Oh, Supernay, I think, with a penalty too. Out front, though, it is Lebiath, some 2 seconds down the road and really pulling up a gap on Mav. Mav going well. He's 2.5 ahead of Scott, and Scott has now got the fast charging Jack Kobe behind him. Jack Kobe's really, really on it. Oh, Mav bailing out at the moment. I don't know what all that is about, but Mav was going really well in second and suddenly dropped all the way down to 4th. He is still running, but half a second, nearly a second behind Jack Kobe. I'm hoping he wasn't just letting him through, because he was really going well and it would have been up to Kobe to find his way through. Mav going round now and Crazy Frog off the track. So Mav being caught up by commentator's curse, I think. And just as we join Jack Kobe, he gets past Scott Cheggers. I wonder if Scott was doing that tactically now to follow Jack Kobe, so these two can now chase down and catch up with Libiath. Libiath, 2.7 out front at the moment, but as you can see, that time is coming down all the time at the moment. Libiath will know that Kobe's behind. Jack did drop to the very back of this. No, he didn't drop to the back. He started at the very back of this grid. So no need to slow down and speed up. So Jack having a little bit of an advantage, I think, with this grid order. And you can see the 2 lights on his Porsche to show that he is in 2nd place. Scott Cheggers just behind in 3rd. But it is Libiath 1.6 seconds out front at the moment. The Beast helping him along at the moment. I think Eddie must be sitting in the seat alongside him, giving him tips. Oh, he was a little bit slow through there. Looked like he didn't get a great bit of rotation, and that enabled Jack Kobe to close up by about half a second in that one corner. And Jack Kobe with a nice run down into this tight left-hander. You can see these 2 cars are going to be very, very close together in just a moment. Jack Kobe, 0.7. He's 1.8 ahead of Scott, so you can see how quickly he has produced that gap. And Greg White is in the mix as well now. We've got Greg White is just 1.2 behind, but Jack Kobe is already on the back of Libiath, who goes a little bit defensive. Jack Kobe tries the way around the outside. Can't make that happen. Or, don't know if he got into the back of Libiath there, but Libiath was really, really, really loose on the exit of that corner. Could have been trying to get on the power early to try and stay ahead of Jack Kobe, but futile, whatever. Jack Kobe goes through and he picks up the lead on lap number 3. So that's taken him just under 3 laps to go from the back of the grid to the front. He's going to run away now. So we'll see how Libiath can do to try and keep that 2nd place. Libiath is 1.3 ahead of Scott, and Scott is 1.6 ahead of Greg. Ryoda is 0.7 further back, and then Toto. Greg dives into the pit. So Greg was on the racing hard tyres. So that is the first of the harder compounds to come in. He's going to hope to get to the very end of the race on the medium tyres, but he's going well to get that position on those tyres. Let's see what Jack Coby, Libyath and Scott Cheggers can do now. I'm not going to call out tyres at the minute. Libyath going very, very wide. I thought just as the camera cut away there that Libyath was going off of the track. Gets away with just a half-second penalty for a track limit warning. Scott Cheggers looking for a way through on the inside. They're side by side through this little technical section. Libyath tucks in behind. Scott Cheggers getting that move done. Libyath knows he's got that penalty, so possibly not fighting it. They're still very much close together though. Libyath and Scott Cheggers not split by very much at all. 0.2, 0.3 of a second. Although Libyath is going to have that half-second penalty, which is going to manifest to about a second as he goes up the hill here. And that will enable Scott to just pull away and gap Libyath. And then Libyath has got all of that work to do again to close up. As I said, there we go. 1.2, 1.3, 1.4. That's about a second lost for that half-second penalty. I do hate the way that penalties are served in Gran Turismo. There's nothing worse than being slowed down, and it wrecks good races like this. I would much prefer the penalties to be saved up and applied at the end. But it's Jack Coby, 3.8 out front at the moment. Scott going very well, 1.5 ahead of Libyath, who is 7.3 ahead of Riora, who is 4 ahead of Toto. And then Super Nace in that beautiful Ford GT. You don't see these out very often. It's a big old car going very, very nicely. Oh, Mickey, no rage. His monitor turned off. No. Oh, Mikey gets no luck at all. No luck whatsoever. Oh, man alive. I know what it's like. My monitor used to do that as well. My TV used to drive me insane. Jack Coby now. We just run on board with Jack. Just experience a lap around this amazing circuit. Some fantastic action we've seen here over the years. Max Verstappen, 90 degrees to the wall and keeping it out. Just supreme car control. Then you got Massa and Lewis Hamilton, where Massa thought that he had won the race, and unfortunately Lewis came through to take it and the championship. Very controversial that one, but many an exciting controversial race around Interlagos over the years. Jack Coby braking all the way down into second gear, holding second on the exit there, just sweeping round in fourth gear. Probably going to be looking for the 50-meter board here on the brakes. Third gear's got it smooth as silk. Honest to goodness, I don't know how Jack does this. I really don't. First gear through there. This is a difference. Jack is happy to choose first, whereas I tend to hold second. And first gear, the top racers often use first to get some extra rotation. I don't know who Jack is waving to when he goes through these corners. I think the marshals maybe. You can see his hand just going up from time to time, just waving. So there is an onboard lap with Jack Coby. I don't know if that is the fastest lap, 1:32.1 he did previously. He's going for it, hugging the inside, 1:31.764. That is a fastest lap from Jack Coby, and we were on board enjoying it. Scott Cheggers, meanwhile, 6.7 back, 3 ahead of Libyath, who's 5.5 of Ryoda Felgen. There's no real battles on track other than these 3 here, which is Fafboy, Mav and Super Nay. But again, there's still pretty much a second, 3/4 of a second between these racers. There is another little battle further back. here between Henny and Crazy Frog, but again, not an awful lot of distance between them. Mav closing up on Fatboy at the moment. I wonder if Fatboy can hold the pressure, or whether Mav can make a move. Can Mav make a move on the braking into this one? He closes up, but not enough at the moment. Closes that gap down to 0.3 of a second. Supernay is 2.5 behind, so no worries there. Mav can just run his lines, put pressure on the Hurricane just out front. The Audi, a favourite of Mikey. He really knows how to run it. Mav seems to know how to run that car too. He's right tight up behind Fatboy now. Fatboy having to go defensive. That's likely to slow them down. So Mav is going to be looking for a way through as soon as possible. I think Mav's just dropped it. He has. He's in the grass. Oh no. Possibly dropped with the dirty air. So that has enabled Fatboy just to get on. Fatboy all over the grass now, trying to close down on Toto. So Toto 5th. Fatboy 6th. Supernay 7th. Greg White in 8th. Out front is still Jack Kobe, Scott Cheggers and Libby after 1, 2, 3. With Rioda in 4th. We're just watching Toto at the moment. I don't know if this is Toto Wolff, but he's going well. He's driving like a Formula 1 racing driver, and he's absolutely on it. He's got some good times on the board. 1:36.8 at the moment, although you can see that Jack Kobe are 1:31.7. So some 5 seconds faster down the road. But Jack Kobe 8.8 out front on his own. Scott Cheggers having a lonely race too. He's 4.5 seconds ahead of Libyath in 3rd. And Libyath is 4 ahead of Rioda. But the battles on track, there are none at the moment. Everybody very much spread out as we get towards, well, just over the halfway point. Lap 8 of 15, and yeah, just not looking good. It looks like Ben Clock has quit out of this one, so we've lost a few. Not quite sure who we've lost. Wills, talking about having a mare, Wills Racing, normally up on the podium, down in 12th position, some 40 seconds behind Scott Cheggers, and in a battle at the moment with Crazy Frog. Jack Kobe's pitting to spice it up. I can't believe that lap when you was on board with me. Jack enjoyed that one. It was a good lap. Wills just trying to find a way through on Crazy Frog. He's going to try for the inside as we go up the hill. Crazy Frog leaving lots of room on the inside. So Wills now, next car up the road is going to be Henny. So long as Wills can get this slowed down. Crazy Frog trying to go around the outside. Crazy Frog hasn't given up yet. He's right there. But Wills getting the advantage out of the first couple of corners. Now he needs to really get on with it. He needs to get on to the back of Henny and gap Crazy Frog. He's gapped Crazy Frog by 1.5 seconds, and he's reduced the gap to Henny by half. So Wills is on the move right now. Wills on the racing medium tyres. Of course, he could have pitted. We don't know for sure whether Wills has pitted. He's on the racing medium tyres. He's going well. Henny 3 seconds behind Mav. Mav just recovering after the spin. 5.5 behind Super Nace. I have a feeling that Mav will be able to close that gap. He just needs to keep it in a straight line. He's on the racing medium tyres. Libyath pits to lose the hard tyres. The pit crew goes to work. They're waiting for their boy to come in. He's going to be ditching the hard tyres and going on to the racing mediums. Jack Kobe goes through on the hards. So Libyath will be on the mediums and Jack Kobe on the hards. But you can see that Libyath now falling down the order as the pit crew go to work. That's a nice pit stop, but he's down in 6th at the moment. He's got the quicker tyres though. How far behind Fatboy is he going to be? Fatboy in 5th now, just goes ahead of Greg White. So I think that was a move on track, and we can see Greg just in front of us. So Libiath is going to be 1.5 seconds behind. Oh, and the Ford is going to come through too to rub salt into the wound, but Libiath holds his line. He breaks late, he keeps the line, he keeps the place in 7th position. So Scott Cheggers now is our race leader. He's going to have his moment in the spotlight before he comes in for his tyres. He's on the racing medium tyres. They are pretty badly worn. How far is he going to push them to the end of the race? He's 9 seconds ahead of Rioda, who's 6.4 ahead of Jack. So Jack is 15.5 seconds off the lead at the moment. That is going to be a less than a pit stop, so he will go through, I am pretty sure. And Faf Boy on the racing mediums as well. Toto with a 0.5 second penalty. Oh, just as Toto was, I thought he was closing down on Faf Boy, he picks up a 0.5 second, and as we know, that is going to hurt massively. And at around about a second, Toto and Faf Boy both jump into the pits. I thought that maybe Toto was going to pit on the next lap and reduce the pain of the penalty, but he's followed Faf Boy in, so maybe just trying to cover him off at the moment. Scott Cheggers out in first place, 8.8 ahead of Rioda. I think both these guys have got to pit. Of course, that will then put Jack Kobe out front, but both Rioda and Scott Cheggers leaving the pit stop very late. They want to get the most out of their racing medium tyres. Jack Kobe on the harder tyres, but 14 seconds ahead of Gr.x, so he's got this one very, very, very much in hand. Greg now 3 seconds dead as I look at the timing deltas ahead of Libiath. Libiath 4 seconds ahead of Mav. Oh, Mav with another 0.5 second penalty, and I think the Wills is got. Oh no, Wills has got a 0.5 second penalty too. Mav really pushing hard. I tell you what, watching Mav tonight, I think he's immediately going to join our lobby races mid-pack. I think Mav could well be somebody that I will be racing with. He's certainly got speed. Just needs a little bit more consistency to avoid the penalties and the spins. And I think he's going to be one to watch. One to watch is Wills Racing. Wills often on the podium. He has pitted. Rioda into the pits. Just coming out, and Greg's gone through. Can Libiath and Wills get through as well? Where are they on the track? They're coming round. I think that, yeah, Rioda is going to lose out. He's down into 5th place after the pit stop. 0.5 minute behind Scott Cheggers, but I don't believe that Scott has pitted. He's going to have to pit very, very soon. Those racing mediums tyres looking very, very, very second hand right now. And Jack Kobe, 13 seconds ahead of Gr.x. Jack is on the hard tyres, Greg is on the racing mediums, so we could see that time coming down, especially if Greg is going to be as bold as he was there. I think he was all 4 wheels off the track there, cutting the grass to try and maximise the speed through the corner. Greg has got Jack down to just under 11 seconds. The time is coming down. Greg's just taken over a second out of Jack Kobe through that little section. It's now down to 8.3, 8.2 seconds. So Jack just struggling a little bit on those hard tyres at the moment. They're still in good condition, but Greg White getting that time down to 7 seconds now. Or is Jack Kobe sandbagging? Let's assume not, because he'd never do that. Scott Cheggers out front, 21 seconds ahead. Scott built himself up a pit stop window. How long is the pit stop here? I haven't been counting it, but he's 21, nearly 22 seconds ahead of Jack Kobe. And Jack pretty much, I think, was sandbagging there to reel Greg White in. Greg now under 5 seconds behind Jack, 4.7 now, but Jack seems to be back on it at the moment. Greg with the softer tyres, so this could get a bit dicey and a bit juicy towards the end. Scott Cheggers is going to have to come in for that pit stop soon. Those tyres have got to be hurting. It's got to be costing him time. I imagine he's going to come in on this one, and then we'll see what the time is. Is he going to go around again? He dives into the pits. Okay, so he's 21.2 seconds ahead. He dives into the pits. He needs a great pit stop from his pit crew. Jack Kobe just coming around and up the hill. Greg under 4 seconds behind now. Greg really pushing on well. Greg seems to really be on the move. We've got a few battles going on behind now that have formed during the pit stop phase. I'm just watching this up front at the moment. Scott Cheggers gets released, and unfortunately Jack Kobe goes through, so Scott will be able to see him just out of the corner of his eye on the right hand side. He's going to see Greg go through as well, and Scott goes from first down to third. He is quite close to Greg White though, so it's cost about 25 seconds for that pit stop. Scott Cheggers is 4 seconds behind Jack Kobe, and this is where it's going to get exciting because Jack Kobe is on racing hard tyres. They are worn in. Greg White is on the racing mediums, and Scott Cheggers is also on the hards, but chasing them is Libiath, and Libiath is on the racing mediums as well. Wills has recovered to 5th, and he's also on the racing mediums, although his racing mediums are very worn at the moment. So I'm not sure that Wills is going to be able to do too much. I think he'll probably close up on Libiath, but I'm not sure he's going to be able to do enough. But where it's getting exciting is Greg White is absolutely chewing time out of Jack Kobe. He's taking so much time out. Come on, Greg, keep it together. Let's go on board with Greg now. There we go. We can see Jack Kobe up ahead. Just behind. Ooh. Can't do that with the controller. I was going to see how far Scott Cheggers was behind. Looking up out the rear window, we can only look out the rear view mirror, and he's 2.5 seconds behind. If Jack Kobe's been sandbagging, then I think he's going to rue the day, because Greg White is absolutely on this, and I think Greg can bring this home for the win. We got a differential in tyres here. Greg's tyres are very worn, although obviously Jack's not very worn at all. But he's now down to less than a second between these two. Greg needs absolutely brilliant corners. 1 second. Has Jack Kobe just been sandbagging? Is he now going to manage this to the end of the race? He's just in front of us at the moment. One mistake from Jack and it could really turn on his head, this one. And Scott Cheggers is 3.3 back, so we're just staying on board with Greg for the moment, hoping that commentator's curse doesn't kick in. I so want this to be, wow, Jack Kobe with a big old slide there under power. So I think, oh, and Greg as well, just while these two are trying to get the power down as quickly as they can. 1.1 to Jack Kobe. Jack managing the gap at the moment. This is the final lap. It's going to be Jack Kobe that is going to come across first. 1.197 ahead of Greg White, but what a great run from Greg White to get second. Scott Cheggers is going to get a fine third. Libiath in fourth. Wheels Racing coming up from the back at the 1 point to take fifth. Back Boy looks like he is going to come across in sixth position. He's just got to go up the hill, past the pits, over the start finishing line. Libiath needing one more lap for third. Good evening, Hulky. How you doing, my friend? Wow, what a race finish. Bath Boy is going to come across to take the sixth place. Toto going well. 1 or 2 penalties I think hurt Toto a little bit. He's going to come across in seventh. Rioda trying to do a spin, I think, on the line. Failed miserably. Super Nay in ninth. Super A, just keep it going. He's going to come across just ahead of Mav. I tell you, Mav is one to watch. Mav getting ahead of Super A. And Crazy Frog in 11th. Henny coming across the line in 12th. And a little bit glitchy there. But Jack Kobe was your winner. Greg White in 2nd. I will save the replay. And then we'll see what's going on in the chat whilst this saves away. William would love to run it again. Jack Kobo, yeah, another. William, I think it means love this combo. Well, at the start, I don't know if we hit, but there was lag when you were sideways, buddy. And, well, the big question is, you know, we are trying to recruit. Do we do a rerun of this tomorrow? Do you want to do a rerun of what we've run tonight, tomorrow, and ditch the randomizer? What would you like to do? Let me know. Let me know. Banana Head is in. Hi, Hulky. Wishing you good memories. Good evening. Good evening, Banana Head. Thank you for popping in. Yeah, if you want me to run these again tomorrow, then let me know in the Discord overnight or even in the chat now. And I'm more than happy to run these 4 races again tomorrow. Number 1 Pops is looking for a rally. I've had a few people ask me about rallies. I think somebody needs to put a rally night together for a Friday. What about this Friday? Does somebody out there want to put a rally night together? Right, Jack Kobe was your winner, a 131.764. Greg White in 2nd with a 132.236. Scott Cheggers in 3rd with a 133.360. Then Libiath coming home in 4th. Wheels Racing in 5th. Fath Boy in 6th. Toto 7th. And Rhoda in 8th. Looks like that is the finishing order. Oh, Mav in 9th. Super Nate in 10th with a 1 minute penalty. These guys didn't change tyres quite clearly. So Super Nate, Crazy Frog, Henny, and then Mad Mikey with a monitor issue. Assetto Tempesta DNF'd, and Ben Clock also with a DNF struggling. Jack Kobe, Greg White, and Scott Cheggers, your 1, 2, 3. Right, that is it for tonight. Thank you to everybody. That is it. More tomorrow. Wow. Jack Kobe's going to check his lap on that race. Pit stop. Fielder Felgen here. Jump down on don't change tyres. Oh, you didn't change the tyres. Thank you for popping in and saying hello. That is a real shame. It is a shame when people get that 1 minute penalty. Why don't you come back and join us again tomorrow if I do public? Don't know if I'm going to do public or whether I'm going to be doing I don't know whether to do public or registered races tomorrow. I might do registered races tomorrow because a few people might want to run the Hyundai in the race in the build up for the Hulky Racing tomorrow. So what I might actually do is I might do a daily race. I might do Hulkies, the daily race A, B, and A. That's what I'm, and maybe even Hulky again. We'll see how we go. Number 1 Pops, Group B is the focus. Put it together, my friend. Somebody else in Discord was reaching out to me earlier on today about doing that. So I'm more than happy to do a rally night. I did a rally video earlier on today, and that was good fun. And I've got another one going out tomorrow. Some people have been asking me to do the GT GT 800, I think it was. But yeah, we'll see. I think that one's going out tomorrow morning. Right, car. I'm going to go with the G70. I tell you what I must do. I really must do. I must change the oil on this car because I've not changed the oil in this one for the longest time. And we'll see what we can do. At the moment, I'm a very low A ranked racer. I can. No, I'm not going to do that. I was going to put my DR up, but I won't do that right now because I'm pretty sure I've got to go in and rejig the graphic. As far as my DR is concerned, you can't even. Ooh, let me just get into. Let me get into sport, and then I'll show you the DR. I'm a very, very, very low A at the moment, so I'm fully expecting that we will get into difficulties very, very, very quickly. I still can't do it. I'm not going to bother. I'm going to get into the time trial because I want to do a couple of laps just to get my hand in. We're 106 now. We were where were we? I think we were 40 something at one point. Let's just load that ghost. Yeah, we were 40 something at one point, so to be where we are is phenomenal. This is going to feel different to the race that we did earlier on because the BOP is on the low side and obviously the track temperature is going to be different to what I was running earlier on. 47.712 is my record. Come on, get round, not in the gravel. Obviously, I haven't done one of these races, so I don't know how clean they are. I know that trying to get past is extremely difficult. You saw that in my races, trying to get past Ben Clock, who was defending wonderfully. I just couldn't find a way through. So, did anybody out there know what the daily races are like this week? Pit stop just now. I'll try and join if I can, if it's a public lobby. I don't know what I'll be running. Pit stop, why don't you join PSR? Just register as a registered racer and you'll be welcome to race anytime. I might try and reach out to him in PSN after I finish the stream. If I can find him. Four minutes to run before we go racing. Obviously all of the lap times are going to drop significantly over the next 24 hours, but I'm never that far up the order. It's quite nice to be up there on the first page, although I think I've slipped now onto the second page. People are going quicker and quicker. Not quite managing to find the 47s at the moment, but then it was set offline where I was concentrating 100%. Obviously when I'm streaming I don't concentrate quite as much. I guess the argument is that I should, but when you've got chat and OBS and everything else running, there's a million things to be thinking about. Come on, go blue. It's a 47. I'm dreading when Jack Kobe does this. He's gonna bang in a 46, something crazy, and then I'll be chasing him and thinking, what on earth? Two minutes to go. So 48.6, 48.5, 48.2, 47.9. .48.2 again. So in the daily races, I'm really looking at a low 48, high 47. What that will be actually in the race, though, who knows? Imagine that covering the inside line is going to be key. And I really cannot afford a bad race because I will be back in the Bs very, very, very quickly. Bit wrong. Right, 40 seconds to wait. So I don't know whether 48s are fast enough in an A-rank lobby. We will have to wait and see. Whew. No idea where I'm going to qualify as well. No idea at all where I will be qualifying in this one. Oh, Jack Kobe, slightly quicker than me. Not in the 46s though. Oh, we're not on pole, we're on second. Okay. Oh, Greg's in with this one. Oh my gosh. I've got Greg behind me. Holy banana cakes. We've got A pluses in this one. Wills is in. We got Greg and Wills both in this one. I need to be saying hello, but I can't because I can't find my controller. Okay, yeah, this is going to be interesting. Got 18 seconds. There's my controller. We've got Greg and we've got, where's Wills? Good evening, have a good race, and good luck. Right, Matt, let's see what we can do. I don't know how we're going to do in this. I don't know how clean it is. I don't know how. Yeah, I'm just keep open mind, complete open mind on this one. Where's Wills? I don't know where Wills is. I think he's starting a bit further back. Yeah, Wills is down in 10th. We are second. I've got Greg behind me. I can go top 6, I'll be happy. Again, a lot of it's going to be staying out of trouble. Should have the headphones on ready for this. onto the grass. Way up on the grass there. Gonna be dirty tyres now. So go a bit careful through here. Looks like Greg got swamped there. I'm in the gravel. Oh, what is up with me? Nerves again. First daily race in the longest time, and nerves have kicked in, I think. Stay out the gravel this time, thank you. Massive gaggle of cars behind. I think they're giving this to the car in front, but never mind. Front 4 seconds down the road and pulling away. Though he did have a faster lap time than me. Quali. I do feel that the Subaru takes the curves better than the Genesis, so I'm wondering whether to go back to the Subaru, if I'm honest. Minesweeper's catching up with me a lot. Get round. That was close. Right, 5 of 10. Greg's got back in front of Minesweeper. I've got my wingman behind me now. So he's done very well to get back to there. Well, no. With a huge slide and a half there. Ooh. As I said, this Genesis over the bumps can be a right pain sometimes. A real problem. No. Oh, oh, fourth. Ah, not good enough. Not good enough. Not good enough. Not good enough. Must try harder. One or two little mistakes. The Genesis does struggle across the curbs a little bit. Oh, but I am shaking like a leaf. And I do know that Greg was holding them up a little bit at the back there. He was my wingman, well and truly. Oh, man alive. It's not good enough. Not good enough. Oh. But my A did improve ever so slightly. I am shaking like a leaf. Let me just bring up, if I can, my what is it? I can't think what it is. Summit.live, and I can't think what it is. It's going out of my head. Doesn't matter. What I'm going to do is gtstats.live, isn't it? gtstats.live. Mitchell Morgan, that increased me by 588 points on that one. Right, let's get out there again, and I'm shaking like I'm in leaves. I don't know why these races do this to me. Absolutely. Just, yeah. Right. Let's just see what this is like over the curves now. Much more planted over that one. And he just soaks that one up in a way that the Genesis does not. Oh my gosh, look at those times. .401, 402, 403. Just try to keep the speed going through there. Didn't quite manage that. All right, where are we? 3.5 minutes. Oh, Matt Evo saying, what a finish. Well done, PSR lads. It was a good finish. It definitely was. I enjoyed it very, very much. Whew. But, yeah, I just need to rest for the moment. Just to rest my back a bit. Hello, coach. Right, if you're coming in here, you're going to have to stay in here. That's the only thing, dog. Right, I'll tell you what I am going to do. I am going to drop into the headphones for this one. Oh, right. Oh. Right. See what we can do in this next one. So, 2.5 minutes, and then we'll go. So I've got to find a couple of tenths of a second to get on the back of Jack Kobe. He's not shared his replay. Never mind. Right. So we'll just have a little bit of a breather, and then we'll get into this next one. Hopefully I'll be able to qualify or start fairly close to the front and see if we can get another top 6 finish. That will be quite something. So 588 points increase. That takes me up to 33,858 points. So I'd like to try and continue to inch that forwards. The only trouble on the daily race B is it is a low points paying race unless you can win. So I do need to try and get a little bit better and try and finish on the podium at least. But for the moment, I'd like to try and stay top 6. Greg's just saying Jack's humbling us on the leaderboard again, Mitch. I know he is. He's on it, absolutely on it. Although he loves Brands Hatch, he's brilliant around Brands Hatch. So not surprised at all. The earphones will encourage me to not talk as much. Right, here we go then. Let's see who we've got in this one that we know. Greg's in again. Minesweeper's in. Wheels is in. Okay. Okay. Right, so Jack Kobe's in this one. Jack's in. What? What are you on? How on earth am I in a lobby with Jack Kobe, for goodness sake? Oh my gosh. Oh, the pressure has just gone up by about 1.5 million. About 1.5 million the pressure's just gone up. Right, definitely the chat is going away. This one is full commitment. Going to be very, 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 very quiet. Very quiet indeed. This 36 guy in front is quick. Guys, 1.5 down the road. As Jack says, I do need to study his replay a little bit. Go, Greg. Thank you, Greg. Don't for 1 minute think that was an overtake on my part. Oh, that was hard. Oh my God. Oh, that was hard. That was tough. Especially with wheels going down behind me at a great rate of knots. Oh, when you've got the caliber of those guys, Jack Kobe, Greg White and Wills, 3 of the best at PSR, chasing you. That is tough. Oh, that is tough, tough, tough. I cannot explain how hard that is. The adrenaline. Oh, the adrenaline rush. Just incredible. Just incredible. Oh, man, alive. Oh, let's do a quick DR check. I can't show you, unfortunately, but 1,115 increase tonight. Is there one more in me? Can we do one more? Rachel, good evening, good evening, good evening. William is off. Good night, my friend. Should I do one more? Oh, Greg's gone quicker than me now at 47,671. So he demotes me to 3rd. Where are we? A global ranking 113th still. It's still amazing. It's just amazing, amazing, amazing. Do you guys think I should do one more or call it a night? Oh, Matt, no, I won't do A. A plus, I'm not that good. I wish. Get round. It's a long road from A to A plus. I don't know if you guys know what it is, but it's 30,000 points, and you've got to get up to, I can't remember what it is now, a huge amount. I think it's about 50,000 points or something. Doesn't actually tell me in GT stats. I can see there very quickly. It's amazing. 5th and 6th fastest in the G70. Rachel had a problem sorting out her OBS. I've got to go through that same process soon when I replace my PC later this year. Looks like Banana Head helped him. Thank you, Banana Head. Helped her. Thank you. All right. Oh. Right, last one of the night. This one. How we're going to do in this, I do not know. So we've made 1155. If I can get another good finish here, that could put me at 1500, or I could wipe everything out. So it could be an all or nothing. It was a nightmare, but yeah, I want to stream at 1440, but I'm just so nervous about doing it. I need to get a new capture card because mine does 4K pass through, but as soon as I go 4K, everything just locks up. But I think I do need to get a new PC that's going to do that as well. So well done that you've done it. Glad that you've managed to do it. And yeah, I've got to go through that pain at some point. Right, let's see how we go. We've got Jack and Greg in again, right in front of me. Oh, but somebody faster than Jack. Oh, we got some really quick people in this one. Right. What I've got to try and do is just stay with Jack and Greg. Use Greg as a ghost car and just try and stay with him as best I can. All right, got the chat closed. No distractions. Oh, not too deep. Oh, that was hard. Oh, hard race that was. Woo. I couldn't pressure him as much as I tried to pressure him as much as I could, but he got through. I made one little mistake in that one little mistake, and he got through. I'm not going to lie, I'm pretty much done in. I'm pretty worn out. Just well and truly cream crackered. We'll try a few more of those tomorrow. I might try and do some during the day if I can. I'm going to save the replay because I do need to watch Jack's lap, and Striker was what a race that was. I think he's left the room before I had an opportunity to say well done. But wow. So Jack Kobe, David and Greg White 1, 2, 3, Striker in 4th. I have improved my DR more, so that's 3 races on the bounce where the DR has improved. I don't know how much by. Let's have a quick look. 1,502. So that's brought me up to 34,772. And what do we need for the next break? I don't know. A plus is 50,000 points. 50,000. So I need another 15,000 to get A plus. I tell you, if I ever get A plus, that's it. I'm giving up on daily races. No, I won't. But what a race! What a race! Boy, oh boy, I'm cream crackered. That is me completely done. The only thing I am going to do, I can turn my headphones off, is I'm going to say goodbye to you guys, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow, all being well. I'll either probably be on at 9 o'clock to do some more. Do we want to repeat what we did? I don't know whether we want to repeat tomorrow, with a mix of Hulky's race in there. I'm not quite sure. Let me know. But I will be back hopefully between 11 and 12 tomorrow doing some more daily races. But for now, I really, really must call it a night. So have yourselves a great morning, evening, night, afternoon, day, whatever you're doing. Have a great one. Matt, stay safe out there on the channel. And I hope that everything goes well. I'm not sure what the monster was all about, but hopefully you will explain, and I will catch up with all of you tomorrow. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye.